active in the community and a voice for community, but not ever really involved in the food system until the height of the pandemic. When I moved over into this community about 8 years ago, I noticed, the type of food that they were receiving from different food pantries and food banks. And I saw what a gross injustice for fresh, healthy food taking place in a food desert. The most rewarding part of what I do is watching people become or feeling empowered, sharing and helping people use their voice in the community and not be afraid to say what they want or what their needs are. And then secondly, watching this community transform from a lot of processed food to craving fresh fruits and vegetables. Some have even started to deny their food commodities, looking for the more fresh produce that we receive through Denver Food Rescue. So that has really empowered them. My challenges in my work, most of all, is to get communities to recognize the wording and be very careful with the wording, such as the way society has defined equity or food justice. My most proudest moment is having the no-cost grocery program here at this complex, yet it feeds people as far as Park Hill. Having so many wonderful people, I would say members of your village, such as Denver Food Rescue, help you start one of your dreams, your big dreams, and that's having a no-cost farmers market. And those are the accomplishments that I consider everlasting trophies and awards. Every time we have that no-cost groceries on Saturdays, and every time the market during the summer, every other Tuesday, I'm awarded. I don't want to see children go hungry because of their mother being denied from $17. I want to make sure they know where the hot meals are. I want to make sure they know that they can come to that farmer's market, even if mama's at work. We'll help the children get the food.
My background is actually as an artist. I was an artist in New York City for a few years, and that really gave me a lot of creativity to explore the world, think about it, and develop projects that allowed people to really engage with the world in a different way. And so that has really informed the way that I approach farming. As a first-generation farmer in Colorado on the Eastern Plains, it was really difficult to develop a farm that embodied a lot of the visions that I had for myself as a farmer. But in the process of developing the farm, it has really opened up a lot of pathways and has made me very sensitive to the injustices that continue to affect our community. What excites me about the work that I do is building community, developing relationships, discovering new opportunities for systems change, and making this a collective effort that not only strengthens our sense of solidarity, but also materializes the changes that we want to see. We're trying to change systems that resist change. And so there's a lot of emotional labor that goes into the work that we do, because we're navigating the intersections of racism and environmental injustices and poverty and political oppression. And so those very things inform the way that we approach the work that we do, but they also reify the challenges that manifest in so many different ways. Farming for me has been both a framework for understanding the problems that continue to affect our communities, but also as a way to offer solutions for how to address those problems. And the work that we do at Emerald Gardens, I think, continues to give us new insights for how to think differently about the issues in our food system.
Hi, I'm Shannon Francis. Ke'ani Ashleh Adol Tachini Bashishtin Adushumasana Ke'ani Adoshachekisani. I'm Towering House Clan, born for Red, running into the Water Clan. I'm Hopi and Diné from northeastern Arizona. I am from the village of Kikotsmovi. I'm the executive director for Spirit of the Sun. My background is I come from 12 generations of seed keepers and ethnobotanists. My people have been growing food for a very, very long time. And since the Spaniards had come to introduce sheep and horses and cows, different types of seeds too, but we have been able to master growing in a very drought-tolerant condition at Hopi. Our people have been growing in the terrace gardens in the canyons. A lot of it is ancestral heirloom seeds, and knowing that we share our seeds with each other as community, and how those seeds over time have grown closely to our families and generations of families. Everywhere we went, my mom had a garden. It didn't matter if we were in the mountains or we lived in the back vineyards of California. We had a stream, we hauled our water. Those types of situations have made me very strong. And knowing that you can grow food anywhere. Coming from all of these healthy foods that we grew ourselves, now we're in a place where we don't really have access to that. I took it upon to take the knowledge that my mom gave me in growing gardens. I've been trained by my own community and my own people to do this work. This is what we've been doing as clan land leaders and leaders of our village. And so it's kind of embedded in our genetic memory and in our DNA, and literally the women in my community and in my family, we're just pretty action oriented. But this work to get up every day and know that I can help someone out, help a family out, making it equitable for our community, being able to provide stipends, honorariums, to pay folks for any help that they want to give us. And so we have never had many organizations to do this type of work. And being a single mom of 6 kids and growing up in this community, knowing what the community needs are, and being able to give that back, get the funding and give it back to the community is something that, it's a thankless job, but I love doing it.
Greetings, I'm Beverly Grant with Mo Betta Green Marketplace. It's a 13-year-old farmers market, food justice, and educational platform. Now, the full name of my business is R&B's Mo Betta Green Marketplace because it's a family affair from the beginning. The R was my son Reese, who's now an ancestor, and then the B's were for Beverly, Bryce, and then my daughter Blair. And so, and it was always my dream from the beginning that, the R&B's would keep this work going forward. I'm so happy to say that yes, as you see Bryce right here, is confirmation of that. I feel like food justice and really just sharing food and cooking for others, it's in my blood from both sides of my family. My grandmother was a farmer in rural Oklahoma. My mother was one of 8 of her children that she had to grow at 4. And quite honestly, you all, because of racism, she had no choice but to feed the family from the land. Everything excites me about this work. Now, you see right now I'm surrounded by little baby food. Now, I tell people that the learning strand and outreach that I've created, it is from the seed to the stomach. So this is some of the seed phase. And then in time, this will go in the ground and then be at the marketplace. And so I feel exceptionally blessed to be able to experience the entire cycle of food, because I'm able to start at that seed phase and then get it to stomachs all around the metro area. Having summer jobs consistently for youth for 13 years, I gotta say that first, because now there are adults walking around out there that worked for me years ago. And to know how those things we learned in those summers, it is still a part of their lives, and they're sharing that with people in their spheres of influence. So that's amazing to me. And I have to share this story quickly. Last year, I had an irate mom reach out to me because she said, my daughter graduated with her degree and she told me she wants to be an urban farmer. Well, I was like, excellent. She said, no, it's not. So in any case, that I'm very proud of that, LOL.
Working with my mom has just shown me the importance of love as a whole, and the importance of, the family mentality of doing business.